All right, I got my coffee. I'm ready to do this. Good times. I haven't done a video in a while, and it's a combination of things. Obviously, there's like super depression, but also I've been working. I've been painting a bunch of paintings. I've done a bunch of these right here. Huh? 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 So I got a whole bunch of those. What else is going on? What else is going on? Let's see. This is going to be a short video. I always say that, and then I talk for 20 minutes. All right. So what's happening is, I guess I posted a video maybe, is it 2-3 weeks ago, probably, and I haven't posted one since. And I've been painting. Like I've taken on some paintings, or I want to say commissions, and I have to knock those out. I'm trying to get to a point where I can just paint what I want to paint and just sell them. For instance, the paintings I just showed you are just paintings I wanted to paint. But I've also been working on some other things like, anyway, some other true crime stuff and some books and doing some research. Let's see. John Boziak actually came to Florida, flew to Orlando with his girlfriend, and then he came here and spent a couple of days, and we painted, and we got some canvases and did some designs. And actually, he was here when I did those paintings, which I think I'm going to go on concrete. I think I go on concrete on Thursday. I'm going to sell some of those paintings on Thursday. But basically, Boziak came here and you know what's funny is, this is funny because like I'm his girlfriend, the chick he's dating now, which is amazing. I mean, he's like, yeah, I don't know what she's thinking. And I was like, what? I was like, what's wrong with her? I mean, she's like, I mean, other than her being like, like into him, like calling and texting all the time, which I think he likes. Like she would FaceTime him, and he would just sit the phone down and talk to her. And never even occurred to me that basically you could hang out with someone on FaceTime and just like to me, it's like, that's a telephone call where you call somebody on FaceTime, you talk to them for 5 minutes on FaceTime, and you get off the phone. Never occurred to me to leave them on FaceTime and just sit your phone in a corner and just go about your day, and like they're in the room. And that's what they did. She'd call for like an hour and a half and just sit there, and they'd talk, and he'd work for 5 or 10 minutes, and he'd be drawing out a painting or a design, or he'd work on his computer. And she would sit there, and every once in a while she would say something, and I'd be like, what the hell? And I'd realize, oh, she's still here. She's still on the phone. And she'd say, hey, what's going on with this? And he'd go, I talked to that guy. And it was like she was in the room. But look, super hot chick, sleeved out. One of her arms is sleeved out. Probably weighs up. She's probably 5'5", weighs 110, 115 pounds. I mean, smoking hot, super smart. And I even asked him, I was like, bro, what's she doing with you? And he goes, I don't know, bro. He said, I have no idea. He started laughing, and we were like, he said, I have no idea. He said, I go, it's gotta be mental illness, right? I mean, like, a lot of mental illness, goes untreated or undiagnosed for long periods of time. And I was like, it's gotta be mental illness or something, right? There's gotta be something wrong with her. He goes, bro, she seems normal. He goes, I mean, I keep thinking the same thing, but she seems normal. And I said, so how long do you think till you sabotage this relationship? And he goes, bro, I'm gonna try. I'm trying everything. And he said, the only issue we have is that she's jealous. She'll yell at him if he likes like another chick's pictures on Instagram or something. She'll yell at him for it. And he said, he's like, I told her, I said, I'm not with that. You can't be telling me what to do and telling me not to like other chicks' pictures and stuff. And I went, yeah. I said, or you could just stop doing it and remove the argument. And he goes, yeah, that's pretty much what I've done. He said, I'm not going to do it anymore. But still, he said, I gotta look like I'm drawing a hard line. I said, no, of course. But he said, yeah, I'm not going to do it anymore. He said, I'm trying to make this work. He said, she's awesome. And something's got to be wrong. I mean, it's got to be, I don't, this chick's just over the top, amazing. And, she seems to dig him. There's somebody for everybody, but yeah, mental illness, it's possible, it's out there. I talked to a guy at Coleman one time. I worked in the library. I first got to the medium security prison in Coleman, and I worked in the library for a couple of years. I actually talked to this one guy. I typically say like for like a year when I tell this story, but I think it was maybe 6 or 8 months. And we talked about all kinds of stuff. Like we talked about, movies and what would make a great remake. And we talked about like just all these, different topics, what was going on in the news. And he was totally normal, like just a normal guy. And one day I said something about Timothy McVeigh, the Oklahoma City bomber. And I had seen that there was like I think it was a documentary on him or something. I was like, oh man, there's a documentary on Timothy McVeigh that's coming out. I'm curious. I'd like to see that because I didn't know that much about the case at the time. And he looked at me and he said, well, that's what happened in my case, right? And I went, what do you mean? And he goes, yeah. He said, all my discovery was being housed at the FBI field office that Timothy McVeigh blew up and destroyed. He goes, so they lost all my evidence. Now, if you know anything about the federal evidence or the court system or the FBI or Justice Department, they're not storing your stuff at the FBI field office. This guy had a case like out of New York. And I went, that doesn't make sense. Why would they? He goes, yeah. They had it off site there. They were keeping it. And so he goes on and on and on about this, about his evidence and how the FBI faked the Oklahoma City bombing and framed Timothy McVeigh specifically to have a credible reason why they couldn't locate this guy's evidence. We talked for 30 to 45 minutes about it. He went on a complete insane tangent about this rant about the FBI, the Justice Department, the court system, Bill Clinton. I mean, just insane. And I've been talking to this guy for 6 months to a year. Never saw it. Never realized that he was just completely delusional. I mean, it reminds me of Frank Amadeo. It's like in one aspect, Frank Amadeo is a book I wrote called It's Insanity about this guy, the lawyer that helped me get out of prison, who was a disbarred lawyer who was in federal prison. You could talk to him about any number of subjects and he was completely normal. You wouldn't have a clue that anything was wrong. And then periodically he'd go off on this rant about how when he took over the world, his troops were going to march on Washington. And the president was going to bow at his feet, and he was going to burn the Constitution, and then they'll be sorry, and then they'll know. And it was like, you just go, all right, what's happening? What's going on? I mean, like at first you're like, it's a joke, right? But you realize very quickly, absolutely not a joke. It's insanity. I don't know what I'd do without coffee. If there was no coffee, coffee's the only reason I get out of bed in the morning. I lay in bed for 5 or 10 minutes every time my alarm goes off. I lay there for 5 or 10 minutes and I kind of talk myself through the day, and I talk about like if there's even a reason to get out of bed. I mean, that's how low my serotonin levels are when I wake up, I think. It's just rock bottom. It's not exactly. I wake up and I'm just like, this is the worst ever. And what eventually comes into my head is coffee. You have to get up and get coffee. You need to get coffee. If you drink some coffee, you'll be okay. So here's my coffee. I have to do a video because I haven't done a video, and I've got tons of people in the comment sections that screaming for me to do a video. Now, I've been posting videos, little tiny, like your story on Instagram. I have an Instagram account I started, and it's, one is Inside True Crime. And then I have another one that's called Cox Pop Art. And on Cox Pop Art, I've been putting up videos. Like I put up several videos in the last week or so. So I'm gonna try and start videoing like what I'm doing in a day and put up the little story and just kind of do that. I have no subscribers though. Like I think I've got like 90 subscribers. So if anybody's interested, it's Cox Pop Art. And it's got me, the little profile picture is me going like this, like that. So maybe it's this. I don't know. All right. What else? What else? Been painting. I'm going on concrete. What else is happening? I have a few more paintings to do. I have to go mail some stuff. I have to mail a painting to a guy named Mitch for John Boziak. I have to mail one of his paintings for him that he did when he was here. I have to mail another painting to another guy that joined my Patreon. And so like I have different tiers, and if you join my Patreon, then you get like a piece of artwork. And so I owe him a piece of artwork. And honestly, he joined like 2 months ago. And I was supposed to send him a piece of artwork like 2 months ago, and I haven't done it yet. But I do have the painting. I have the painting. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So what else is going on? I guess some people, maybe if you're interested in the whole Jess scenario, if you're interested in the Jess thing, that's not going great. We text, we've seen each other a few times, and it's not going anywhere. So that's basically not going anywhere. I don't think. I don't know where that's going. Like every time we've seen each other, she said, look, I don't think we should see each other again. And I'm like, I understand. And then like 3 days later, she starts texting me again, or I send her a text or something, and then we start texting. But other than that, I'd say that's pretty much just over. I don't know. I just don't see any movement there. This is biology. Maybe it's biology. I think she's just, she's bisexual, and maybe and I don't think that has anything to do with me. I don't think it's you can't fight nature. I mean, it's just nature. Like, it's nothing to do with me as a man. It has completely something to do with her. I don't think it's a reflection on me. I think the fact that I got her to jump the fence to begin with is what's impressive. Now, the fact that I couldn't keep her on the hetero side, that's not my fault. That's biology. You can't fight biology. I mean, a lion's going to be a lion. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to do another video, hopefully maybe later today or tomorrow, on maybe about, hard money lenders, about how to go to hard money lenders, and kind of like what their criteria is, how to find them. I think I'm going to do that too. But I have a lot of painting. I have some more paintings to knock out. And this is basically where I'm at and what I'm doing. Plus, I'm visiting my mother, 4 times a week. It's a 30-minute drive there. I spend an hour and a half there, 30-minute drive. I mean, that's 2.5, 3 hours out of my day. That's, 4 times a week. So something that's just hard to get get kind of a routine down. That's pretty much it. I think I'm good. I feel good. I feel like it's a good video. It's short. It's going to be 10 minutes. Maybe, what is this? It says 14 minutes. It's going to be about 13, 14 minutes, whatever. All right, that's it. Look, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video, which is horrible. Leave a comment for the algorithm, and just give me some time, and I'm trying to catch up on work, and I'm going to start posting again. See ya.